After a long day doing my outlet shopping out of town, I was tired, hot, and hungry, and looking forward to dinner at Rebelot del Pont in the Navigli, filmed here just before it opened in the evening on another day when I made my reservation for 9 p.m. Rebelot is Lombard dialect for confusione, which translates not just to confusion, but to racket and tumult, chaos and disarray, hodgepodge, hustle and bustle, madhouse and mayhem. You get the picture. But not a trace of any of that in the kitchen at Rebelot. By the time I was enjoying my glass of Prosecco along with good bread and grissini, I had already ordered the Menù Gastronomico, consisting of 5 courses conceived and selected by the chef Matteo Monti. The beginning of the meal set the tone for what I instantly knew was going to be a memorable evening. Described only by its 4 principal ingredients, the dish had raw scampi in the middle of the plate, about 10 droplets of an eggplant puree of some sort, salted toasted almonds, and thinly sliced strips of peach, which had been marinated in Saint-Germain elderberry liqueur. My happy, grateful smile firmly in place, a glass of Gavi La Raya was brought, which I stayed with for the next course. La Raya is a biodynamic winery, and the wine I had was made from 100% Cortese grapes. By a curious coincidence, the winery is situated less than 10 kilometers from the outlet at Serravalle, where I'd spent my day shopping. We continued with sarde in salamoia, or salt-cured sardines. There were 3 of these, each topped with coarsely chopped salted lemon, and draped with a leaf of ground ivy. The middle one rested on a cloud of goat curd. While eating, I reflected on how fortunate I was to be the beneficiary of such wonderful creativity. This course got my enthusiastic vote for best sardine dish ever, at least in my experience. I didn't know we were going to move on to meat dishes with the next course, but I got a hint when the next wine, whose pairing was selected by the waitstaff, arrived and turned out to be red. It was called Seul, a Valtellina Superiore Valgella, made by the firm Barbacan, high up in the Valtellina near Telio, just a bit south of Tirano. And before I forget the principal ingredient, it was made from 100% Nebbiolo, an exceptionally enjoyable wine. The first meat course was another swoon temptation. 2 little slices of calf's liver sitting alongside a thick slab of a yellow pepper terrine topped with sesame seeds. Both liver slices rested on a generous scoop of rhubarb puree. I told my waitress I expected her to communicate my delight over each dish to the kitchen, and after this course, while taking a quick break, I passed the open kitchen and gave a 2 thumbs up sign to the cooks as a minimum show of my appreciation. What we have here requires a bit of explanation. First of all, the 3 red items are morsels of salsiccia di Bra. That sausage from Piemonte is made from beef with a bit of pancetta and is meant to be eaten raw. The 3 yellow balls placed across the plate were described as liquid risotto milanese, and indeed, inside the deep-fried nuggets, that's what there was. Cooling the largest risotto sphere in the middle from underneath was a green apple sorbet. I love first tastes, as in something I've never eaten before, and that awaited me in the 5th course. Those 2 delectable-looking slices of meat are beef diaphragm. They were agreeably chewy, and I'd very much welcome being served beef diaphragm again sometime. As on the previous evening at Ventotto Posti, we again got a proper laguiole knife, the perfect utensil for cutting meat. The long white stripe on the plate next to the diaphragm was a salted almond cream. A few leaves of tarragon and 3 raspberries rounded everything off. 5 courses were promised on the menu gastronomico, and this was the 5th. I decided a dessert was essential, so a 6th course duly followed. Before it was served, I got the dessert wine to go with it. A Monfort Giallo, made from Moscato grapes by the Casata Monfort winery just north of Trento. Limoniamo al mare was what the chef had decided to call his dessert creation. I'll try a very rough approximation of this. Let's lemon our way to the sea. The various components were given as lemon consistencies, which are those butter-colored stars distributed around the plate. Sbrisolona, the classic Lombard crumble cake made of wheat and cornmeal, sugar, eggs, almonds, and lemon peel, here scattered over the lemon stars. Acqua di mare, a liquid essence derived from sea lettuce. Ulva lactuca, for those of you who want to do more research. That's the dark green color lurking at the bottom. Alga granita, and mezcal gelatin. The 2 items on top are, of course, fried sage leaves dusted with cinnamon. If I'm being waylaid by this dessert, I'll take a pass on the seashore. By now the crowd had thinned, and Chef Matteo Monti came out of the kitchen and joined me at my table for a surprise chat. After a minute or two, he went back into the kitchen and returned with 2 glasses and a bottle of quince liqueur made by his father back home in Piacenza. A stunning dinner, and if I'm lucky, I might get a repeat glass of the quince elixir next time I go to Rebelot.